My name is Eli Fuller. I'm from Antigua and captain of the Team Antigua Atlantic Rowers. I was with two of my teammates 10 years ago out in the middle of the ocean off Antigua, about 40 miles east of Antigua, and we saw this little boat coming across and two bearded men on this little tiny rowboat.
And back then we didn't really have any idea of the whole challenge. We knew they rowed across the Atlantic, but you know, you just have these old guys, scruffy, skinny, just excited to see another person, really, cheering them on. And I think that struck a lot of curiosity in three of us.
And then, you know, from that point we were like, wow, you know, I wonder if we could do this. And I've always thought about it ever since then. I called Nico, a very good friend of mine, and we've done a lot of fishing together. Spent a lot of time offshore in little tiny boats and loves adventure just like I do. I called Big John, who is also we spent a lot of time together sailing between the islands and offshore fishing. And he was of the same mindset. You know, great, this is an adventure. It didn't take much to convince these guys that we were going to be a team and be part of a Caribbean team and more importantly, you know, an Antigua and Barbuda team.
My name is Scott Potter. I'm the latest addition to the Team Antigua. Team Antigua, I hope, is going to bring another level of pride to Antigua, for Antiguans, with Antiguans. I'm hoping that, I mean, I remember when Doc and JD and that team came in. I was in English Harbour myself. I was there at the docks, and the immense pride that you feel just being present at something like that is tremendous. And I can only hope that we bring the same thing, sense of pride, to Antigua when we pull into English Harbour.
And so we're doing that not just because we love adventure, not because we love a challenge, but also because, you know, we want some positive for Antigua and Barbuda, and we want to show that, you know, you don't just have to be from a big country with big sponsors, and we can do it from a little island like this. No team is going to do well crossing an Atlantic on rowing just by doing machines and hitting the gym. You also got to do some ocean rowing. So we've been out on our rowboat in pretty horrible conditions.
I think our second row was in a tropical storm. So we saw 50-mile-an-hour winds, and we actually capsized our boat. It was a real experience, to say the least. But from that, we learned a tremendous amount about ourselves, about the boat, about the safety.
So we just had our first little incident on Waimani. Right at the end of Cades Reef, we decided to come in and try to make Jolly Harbor. And we did a little surfing. Didn't end up so well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 people still, but we lost some electronics, as you see here. We have a little snap off. I don't know what was on here, but a gun. And GPS, no GPS.
Well, the storm training, I think it gave us a reality check of what the ocean can do to you in a matter of a second or two, you know. You have to respect the ocean, and you have to respect how powerful it can be.
And it's very, very important for us to share our experiences, not just because it's a great story for people, but also it maybe ties them or creates some sort of bond between us, our people, and the marine ecosystem. And for us, we really acknowledge that there'll be no healthy marine ecosystem if people don't really care about it and don't have some sort of bond with it.
We're all tied back to the ocean, living on a small island, and if we don't have systems in place to control our environment, it's just going to be gone. And you know, we've seen changes over the last 25 years, 30 years that are facts. We want to get a message out there to people to understand that if we take care of this, it's going to be around for a long time. And if we don't, it's going to be gone tomorrow.
We can look at a few other islands in the Caribbean as examples of certain regulations with fishing that change everything. Small tweaks you can make, you're going to make a big influence on the change of the marine life here.
I'd like people to take away from our rowing endeavor that you can do anything coming from a small island or a small group or even an individual can make a change or get a message out there.
Any little kid in Antigua, you can do what we've done. The opportunities are here now with some of the programs that are in our local school system now. You can one day be a yacht master. You can one day be a captain of a fishing boat and an entrepreneur. But look at what you have on your doorstep. This is yours. Look after it. I think that's important for us.